Hi everybody, it's Alina and these are the stories that happened to me in Chinese school. Disclaimer, I'm just talking about that out of curiosity for you to have a chance to compare the mentality, the situations that happened to me in your country, and I'm not judging anyone, so please keep it in mind before typing the comments. You're going to hear the story about boss and teachers. I know that this is a common problem worldwide, but I've got an impression that in China, boss has a lot of power, and even if they're not right, they rarely admit it, and sometimes workers are afraid of their chefs. But I am not an expert in Chinese culture, so it's better for Chinese people to speak up, or the foreigners who work in China. Please write your comments about what impression you've got, and if I'm saying the truth or I've got a false impression, just let me know in the comments. Okay, let's get started. I had a very strange situation with our principal. She doesn't work for the school anymore. Guys, this is going to be a very long story, and if you're interested in watching short and funny stories, please let's collect 400 likes. I already know what I'm going to tell you, and this is the top. I promise. This is really funny. So let's collect the likes and I will share with you. Thank you. Other teachers told me that this principal joined our school, our private school, after working in public school. So she used to work in the atmosphere where children follow the discipline strictly and sometimes afraid of the teacher. And probably she had this kind of model in mind that the teachers also must be a little bit scared of her. I heard her many times shouting at the meetings, and she also demanded very rigid discipline. Of course, nobody liked that. I think because this school had a little bit different understanding on how to manage the discipline and how to arrange other things, so the colleagues really didn't like her. So closer to the point, every year I have to provide the school with a purchasing form. Probably art is the most costly subject. On my first year of work, the teacher who worked before me ordered a lot of things and I had enough. So I just ordered a couple of boxes of some art supplies and it was enough. And my second year at the school started with, let's call her Mrs. Zhang. Let me explain you what is the process of ordering the materials first. So the process of applying for art supplies is as follows. First, I make a table with all the prices for the school. Then I send this form to the admin and she checks it and she sends it to the principal to sign. The principal checks it if everything is all right and sign the papers, and then admin can order the items. Then I pick them up and I use them during my art lessons. At the first meeting, she let me know that she asked me, oh, what do you need? What are supplies? We can buy everything. I said, okay, I will write you the list. I will provide you with the list. So I wrote everything I could find useful in my art studio. I included small canvases because I wanted to work with acrylic paintings and teach kids how to paint on canvases. Of course, I understand that this is pricey items. But I thought, okay, this is a private school. Probably parents pay a lot of money for their kids have better education and conditions and media. So, all right. I thought if they can't buy it, they would probably just tell me. When I received all the materials and started unpacking them, I wasn't aware what is coming. Around a week ago, I've got a message from admin and she told me that principal wants to talk to me because I spent too much money on art supplies. When she came to see me, she was very aggressive and she entered my classroom with her hands in the pockets and she was very sassy, like, I don't know. I was quite nervous because I thought they might cut off this money from my salary or something like this. So she started shouting at me in Chinese and she asked her colleague to translate it to me. She asked me, why do I need different kinds of markers to teach kids, and why do I need that much paper, and why I bought couple bottles of colors instead of only one, etc., etc. And of course there were questions about canvases. I explained everything. I explained my lessons plan. I explained that I teach a lot of grades, a lot of students, and for each to have certain kind of my favorite student. Anyway, she was very angry. While we were talking, my first question was, oh, there was a limit of money that I can apply for. I'm really sorry, I didn't know about that. And then I asked her, if there was a limit of money and you've seen that my form is much more money, why you have signed it? And then you also waited a week when I unpacked all the materials so we cannot send them away. Unfortunately, there was no answer and she became even angrier, and the colleague even refused to translate some things to me. She just She also was very surprised that she refused to admit her mistake and continue blaming me. Actually, she was very nice and she tried to settle all the arguments by suggesting the solutions to this problem. At this meeting, I found out that the limit for our division was around $1,000 and I spent $3,500. Out of this, canvases cost is around $1,300 because I purchased 2-3 small canvases for each student. Finally, they returned the canvases and they refunded the money. So even without canvases, it was a huge amount of money and principal was furious. So the other day, she told me that I have to organize the exhibition to showcase children's work and to prove that we need that much the materials and we use all of them every day and so on. This is usually done by the end of the semester, so I have enough time to collect the best work, to decorate them beautifully. But she said that she needs it in 2 weeks. I made it. Of course, I had a lot of pressure making it between my lessons, after my lessons. But I made it because I couldn't refuse. So I'm really curious, guys, what would you do in my place? And of course, I admit that the part of the fault is mine and I accept it. I could have checked it twice. I could ask more questions, and that's true. I understand and I know it. And that's why I tried to solve this problem and I suggested the solutions. Express your opinion freely, but please kindly and politely in the comment section. My opinion is that administration and non-teaching staff are working at school to organize the process, to build the communication between the departments, and they had to lead a meeting about that, explain about the limit, about the budgets, about these things. Simply, if a teacher sends you the form and you can see that the price is too high or what they're asking is over the budget, please just don't sign it. Don't sign it. Text the teacher and let them know that this is too pricey and could you please cut it off and send a new form, apply according to the budget. Now when I know the limits, there is no problem at all and I never cross the line. Okay guys, that was a very long story and thank you for watching. Thanks for staying with me. Thanks for your subscriptions, and let's collect 300 likes if you want to see 3 funny and short stories about the school. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you next time. Пока-пока!